Hey guys, what's going on? Guardian Gamer 23 here. I'm trying to be a little bit more silent because my friend is literally sleeping right behind me in the room behind me, so I'm going to try to be a little bit quieter. I'm also losing my voice a little bit, so if it sounds a little bit quiet, I do apologize. But I just got home from a pretty awesome trip. I took 2 days. I left past this yesterday afternoon around, I'd say just after 1 o'clock, maybe just around 2. Went down to Chicago, went past Chicago, went to Gurnee, Illinois to go to a amusement park known as Six Flags Great America. And I just got home from that trip, and I gotta say, wow, it was a good trip. It was very awesome. Um, they have very good coasters, very good food. They are a little bit strict when it comes to, like, they don't really like to interact with people. They like to, get the job done, which is fine with me. They don't have a lot of enthusiasm of the ride ops, but hey, you got to be serious when it comes to safety, and they nailed it. So I give them a lot of credit. This shirt actually I'm wearing is from Six Flags, and I'll even show you. See, my friend got me this shirt. It's the Joker, and I have that's my favorite DC character. I love the Joker. He's awesome. He's really wacko. That's why I love him. But one of the highlights for me, see, I'm a roller coaster enthusiast. Aside from gaming, in my personal life, I'm a big time roller coaster. I'm a big time lover in roller coasters. I love riding them. I think they're the best thing in the world. I think I love them almost as much as I love video games, maybe even more than video games. Oh boy! But so the highlight for me was at the end of the day. It was getting to the point where I wasn't going to be able to do what I wanted to do going over there, and that was to ride a roller coaster there called Superman Ultimate Flight. And in case you guys don't know what that ride is, it is a B&M flying coaster where pretty much the track is above you. You start out like you're sitting down, track is above you. It locks your ankles, and you have a vest harness, covers you here, and it covers your body here. And then when they give the all clear, the floor drops, and the seats tilt back, and you're pretty much laying on your back the entire ride. And it gives you the sensation that you're flying. It is by far one of the most incredible sensations I had. But previous to this, I had never been on a B&M flying coaster. I've been on the other version, which is a Vekoma, which is kind of different because with the Vekoma you lie on your back, and you're not lying on you're like laying face up and not face down. With B&M, you're going face down. The Vekomas are okay, but my main thing was I've always wanted to ride a B&M Flyer. Well, I got to do that, thank God, because the ride all day. We got there around just before 10 o'clock. I was super pumped to go there first. They opened it a little bit. They opened the gate a little bit early than 10:30. That's when the park officially opened. Was at 10:30, but the park closed at 5 o'clock, so it was a really short day. But wow, out of that time, I got to do a lot. I got to ride a lot of their coasters. I got to ride their RMC coaster known as Goliath, which is fantastic. Sorry to say, my home park, which is Cedar Point, has a better one, known as Steel Vengeance. If you guys never heard of Steel Vengeance, go check it out. It's an awesome, awesome ride. It is my favorite ride of all time. It is the best roller coaster in the world. The next thing I got to ride was the first thing I rode was this thing called the Dark Knight coaster, which is a indoor dark ride, wild mouse type coaster. It's pretty good. It's the theming in it is pretty good. The next one I got to ride. The next after that, I went immediately to Batman the ride, which is the first ever B&M inverted coaster, opened in 1992. Um, it's a good one. It's a really good one. The one if you want an idea of what a B&M inverted coaster is, it pretty much is you have the track above you and you're just sitting down. You're sitting down with the track above you, and it's like just arms carrying you on the ride, and you're doing these inverted inversions. Then it is the amazing ride. I'd give a lot of credit to B&M for making these. They're amazing rides. And then after that, we proceeded to the RMC Goliath, which is a fantastic ride. I don't know how to describe it. The best way to describe it is you just go ahead, for me to tell you, is go on, check out a video of it. Go ahead and search Six Flags Great America Goliath. You'll get a better idea of what the ride is like, what it's like to ride it. It is amazing. It is a good ride. RMC did a very good job with that one. Let me see, what else did I ride? They have so many roller coasters there, guys. They did have one called Whizzer. It's like a wildcat type ride. Yeah, I didn't get to ride it, sadly, because it was down all day. The other ride I didn't get to ride was called Demon. And because I'm not a big fan of arrows, like Vekoma corkscrew, like arrow corkscrew type rides. I'm not a big fan of those at all. Those things, almost every time I rode one, they've hurt my back and my shoulders, and I'm not a fan of that. So didn't ride Demon, but I will tell you the one that I rode was actually not designed by Arrow. It was actually designed by the park itself, and that's Tennessee Tornado at Dollywood, and that's a good one. That is a very good one. Oh yes, X-Flight. Oh my gosh, that ride was awesome. So here back in Ohio in Sandusky at Cedar Point, we have a wing coaster called Gatekeeper. Pretty much, you're sitting on either side of the train, and nothing above you or below you, and it's like you're on the wings of a jetliner. It is they're amazing rides. They're awesome. Well, that's what X-Flight is, and it starts out the same with Gatekeeper. You go up the lift hill, you crease the hill, and then you twist upside down to go into the first drop. That's what X-Flight does. X-Flight's a little bit less, not as tall as Gatekeeper. Lift Hill's a little bit shorter, but that's what makes it really good. Is that with Gatekeeper, it's pretty fast when you go into that inversion. With X-Flight, it's really slow. Which, giving that you're in that front seat, you're having that hang time a lot longer than you should, which is awesome. But the highlight of that ride is this unbelievable heartline roll. You go sideways through a building, and then you're going through like this bar upside down, and you just feel like you're floating. It is just amazing. That ride it's probably my second favorite ride at the park. Definitely better than Gatekeeper. I will say that. My favorite ride there being obviously Superman. That ride was awesome. But then after that, we kind of walked around a little bit, and then we noticed Joker had some activity going on. The Joker roller coaster. It's a free spinning coaster. If you guys want to know, I don't want to give this the details of it. So all I can tell you is go on YouTube, go check out a video of it. It's a fun ride. It is. It looks intimidating, but I promise you, it's a good ride. It's a very, very, very good ride. But yeah, and then after the Joker, we went to I think it is the back end of the park, and we rode a ride called Raging Bull. But while we were in line for Raging Bull, we overheard that people were actually riding Superman. And all day I was like, I want to ride Superman. I want to ride Superman. I want to ride it. But I couldn't because it was down all day. And then when I finally heard that it was up, we were like, okay, we're going to ride this. And then we're immediately going to Superman. And that's what happened. We rode Raging Bull. It's a little tame for my taste. I mean, there's too many breaks on it. I mean, there is some good airtime, but no, if you want a better idea of what Raging Bull is, but you want a better version, search Kings Island Diamondback. Diamondback is a good one. Raging Bull is a little more tamed compared to Diamondback. But then, so after Raging Bull, we went from the front back into the park back to all the way to the front. Um, Went back over to Superman, got on it. I was just overjoyed. I was so freaking happy that I was finally doing it. That I was finally gonna ride a ride I'd wanted to ride for years. After riding my first ever flying coaster, everyone told me, "Well, now you got to try the B&M." And I never lived it close to any park that had a B&M flyer, except for Six Flags, and I was very, very apprehensive about ever going to a Six Flags park because they had a very negative reputation in the coaster world. Well, with Cedar Fair, they have a good one because they're very strict on safety. Well, where Six Flags, not really. They're doing a lot better with that now, which I give them a lot of credit for. So Six Flags, if you do see this video, I would clap louder, but I can't because, like I said, I got my friend sleeping. But oh my gosh, I'm very impressed with what Six Flags has been doing. I'm very impressed. They've actually finally got their act together. They're actually taking this serious now because it seemed like before they weren't. Um, they weren't taking safety very seriously, but now they are. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, when I was over there, we went to this food court area, had some food, and then we were gonna, okay, right after we're done eating, we're gonna ride X-Flight. Well, we couldn't do that because they were temporarily closing the ride down to do a safety inspection, which I'm gonna say takes a lot of guts to completely close a ride from the public in the middle of the day when you know people want to ride this thing and you close it off temporarily just so you could do a safety inspection. Wow. Cedar Fair does not do that. I've never seen Cedar Fair stop a ride in the middle of operations just to do a safety inspection. So, Six Flags, I give you a lot of credit for doing that because that's asking for getting a lot of heat. But yeah, and then we pretty much, so back to where we were. We got up to Superman and we got up to the station, and they on the station, when every train came into the station reset, they would play the original Superman music, the Superman starring Christopher Reeve. God rest his soul, he was awesome. But that very Superman theme, oh my gosh, that brought tears to my eyes. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world because I love Superman. I love the movies. I think they're awesome. So to be hearing that and then knowing, hey, I'm achieving one of my all time my lifelong dreams of riding a B&M flying coaster, I couldn't ask for anything better. So we got on it. All I can say is that ride is probably one of the most amazing rides I've ever been on. Save one, and that's, of course, Steel Vengeance. Oh. And Steel Vengeance happens to be right in my backyard, so. So I'll be going there tomorrow in the morning. I can't spend all day over there because I got to go to work tomorrow, but I will be going in the mornings. I'll be going there. I'll be going to Cedar Point every morning. Monday through Friday, I'll probably be spending pretty much all day. I'll be there all day, including in the morning. Then every Saturday and Sunday, I'll probably just go in the morning and then come home, rest, and then go to work. But I just wanted to make this thing just so that I could get some out there to say, if you guys out there were like me, very, very apprehensive against, and you were completely against Six Flags because you thought they were the trashiest amusement parks out there. Well, I thought that too, and guess what? Yesterday, I was proven wrong. I said in the beginning when I got there, I said, I've heard a lot of negative things about you, Six Flags. I've heard a lot of very bad stuff about you. Prove me wrong. At the end of the day, I just looked back and I said, you proved me wrong. They convinced me. So I'm now in the middle when it comes to which side I'd like the most between Six Flags and Cedar Fair. I'm right in the middle. I don't have a favorite. I love them both. So this was my first ever Six Flags park, and ow. Oh god. Yeah, so this was my first ever Six Flags park. I do. Oh yeah. By the way, how do you guys like my little Kylo Ren poster thing? And we do have a little Millennium Falcon right here. There you can see it right there. Got a little Millennium Falcon. I would get up right now, but I don't feel like it right now. But I just wanted to make this video to wanted to say thank you to Six Flags for making this day really, really special. It was awesome. And I will be going back. I will be going back to a Six Flags park someday. I'm gonna try to visit some of the other ones. I definitely want to go to the one in New Jersey because they got a wooden coaster there that is reputed to be one of the most outrageous and fun wooden coasters in the world. So I'm really interested in going there. That's a pretty good drive. That's a pretty good sized drive for me. But I'm gonna get on out of here, guys. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And again, Six Flags, if you see this video, thank you so much for getting your act together. Thank you so much for making these rides a whole lot safer, and for having the guts to actually do safety inspections in the middle of operation. In the middle of the operation day, that takes a lot of balls. I mean, literally, to stop a ride in the middle of its operation to just say, no, we're going to stop this ride so that way we know it's a lot more safer for these people. Which, that is amazing. So, I'm going to get on out here. I'm going to go try to get some sleep and so I could be ready for the morning and then come back home and be ready for work. So, I love you all. Guardian Gamer 23, signing out. See you guys.